I thought it would be a good idea to do a documentary on cosplay and Comic Cons, because mainly as someone who's been a part of the community, there's a lot of stigma and a lot of backlash, sort of like elitism and sort of outsiders views and in the media and things like that. So I thought we would try and sort of even it a little bit and show some more points of views.
We decided to do a documentary on cosplay because I'm a huge nerd myself and I like a load of different stuff like Doctor Who and the like, and I really wanted to know more about it because I've only ever heard the term before. So I really wanted to know what cosplay is, what it's all about.
I want to know why they got into it, what opportunities it gives them, and also if they're facing backlash for being part of the cosplay community.
Cosplay is a word that combines two words, costume and play, and refers to people who dress up as characters from any certain fandom.
I was 12 when I first started cosplaying, and I'm almost 19 now, so that's almost 7 years I've been doing cosplay.
I was dragged to MCM in London with my housemates at the time, and saw how impressive everyone's cosplays were. It's like, I could do that! How wrong I was at the beginning. Most of my friends now are part of these meets, so I tend to see all them, catch up, have a good time. I just like seeing the joy other people see when they see their character brought to life, and because I make a lot of my cosplays myself as well, I like to share the knowledge that I've built up from all the experiences and hope other people can also achieve what they want to achieve.
Gosh, I have been cosplaying for just under 10 years now.
I've been cosplaying all my life. Ever since I was a little child, I've always dressed up.
I think I got into it because online I saw a lot of people dressing up as these characters, and I was really big on anime and manga, and I thought, oh my god, I really want to try that. So I started by looking through my closet, using things in my house, and I was 12. So young Fion running around the house with my mum like, oh my god, what are you doing? I think it was just a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. And it does give a lot of opportunities and it lets you be creative. So it was really enjoyable.
For me, I didn't really know what cosplay was. I've always been a geek, always into my fandoms. And I was just sort of searching one day online, because I've always liked Disney things as well. And I came across this term cosplay and people dressing up as different characters. I was like, oh my gosh, that looks amazing. I'd love to do it. And from there, I started going to cons and stuff.
What made me first want to get into cosplay was my love of Japanese animation. Also, I've seen a cool little documentary online with a group of American cosplayers creating cosplays and going to cons. It looked like so much fun, and I wanted to join in that fun as well.
For some cosplayers, a lot of fun is in the preparing.
My two friends, I used to go down their house every single weekend. I'd come home from school and my dad would drop me off every weekend, so we could go down. We'd be styling wigs, we'd be making things from scratch. Also on weekends we'd go to meets in the city, and that's where I made a wide range of people. And through going to conventions, it allowed me to meet people from Bristol, London, Manchester, that I'm still good friends with to this day.
What sort of different stages go into planning your cosplays?
Well, first of all, it's budget, design, prep, actual build, and then test fit.
I like accuracy as much as I can. I like it to be as accurate as possible. So I'm one of those ones that will stop and rewind the trailer over and over and over, frame by frame, just so I can see all the little details and try and replicate that as best I can. I like that. I like detail. That's the type of cosplayer I am. Some other people like putting their own twist on things, and that's great, that's fine, but that's just the way that I do it. So planning can be immense, you know.
A lot of them prepare almost as much as the con organisers themselves.
Taking about 8-9 months to plan. First thing you got to do is find a venue that's willing to put up with you. The thousands of people who are coming through the door, dressed up in sometimes not a lot or in quite a lot, like the large white man we had earlier. Once you've got your venue, you've got to work out your tables and your traders, special guests, you've got to contact them all individually, and there's a lot of work that goes into it. You've got to get props, like things like the Iron Throne that we had, photo booths, you've got to sort of sign out signings for guests and everything. There's a lot of work and a lot of things that people don't know about that goes on behind the scenes.
I sell a mixture of sci-fi collectibles, Marvel, DC, Doctor Who, Star Wars, Star Trek, videos, DVDs, you name it, we sell it. On the day of the event, you know, about 4 or 5 hours beforehand, getting it all set, making sure the table's up and running, and then just relaxing and trade all day. If you're in a shop, it can be quite slow, but if you're in an event like this, everything is completely different. It's more friendly, it's more fan-based. You get to see some of your other dealers who are your friends, you get to talk to them all the time. It's not so conservative and stuffy as in a shop. Or if you work a market store, because we've had shops, we've had market stores, you could be there and it could be empty down with rain and you're losing your stock. In a place like this, you don't lose your stock, you just sell it.
So how are conventions for the stars of the big screen?
First ever Comic Con was in Philadelphia. It was when I landed the Wolfman, when I played the Wolfman with Benicio del Toro. So that was my first taste of the convention. So it was it was great. I love going to the Comic Cons because I like to meet new fans, and I love geeks, a bit of a geek myself. Well, normally when I'm at a convention, they've normally pulled me in for certain characters or all my characters. So they do recognise me. A lot of the characters I play are under a mask. You know what I mean? So. Yeah, no, they know who I am. You know what I mean? And I think now after landing with Darth Vader, they really know who I am. So it was great, so it was awesome. So what's exciting for me is now all of a sudden a lot of people didn't know me before Vader. Now all of a sudden I landed Vader. Now they're checking out what I've done.
And what about other guests at cons?
Responsibility as a cosplay guest. I ensure everyone at the cons have a good time. I talk at panels, I judge competitions, so it's quite a bit of responsibility, but the main responsibility I've got is making sure everyone's having fun and everyone's safe in the cosplay community.
Judging at competitions and masquerades, so I judge other people's costumes, as in the build quality, the way they perform, and the way they just reenact the character.
However, not everything are all bright colours and happy times.
Unfortunately, I have experienced quite a bit of discrimination, prejudice due to it. Usually on the streets, usually people shouting at you, saying the usual, oh, it's not Halloween, what are you doing? And quite a lot of physical abuse as well at conventions. Boys who think they can just come up to you and because you've got a short skirt on you, they can just touch you when that's not right, it's not right. And it does, as a cosplayer, it makes you feel like you don't want to do it really, and it's not fair. And I've known a lot of people, a lot of close friends, who've had worse than that as well, which is really unfortunate.
The cosplay community still has a dark side, which people get ridiculed for their body size and the way they look in a costume. So I'm not exactly a small bloke. So if I can show myself in a costume, show that I'm happy, everyone else should be able to.
Yeah, it's kind of like being typecast. When I first started cosplaying, a lot of people used to come up to me and go, oh, you should do Oracle, it would be amazing. And you know what, I actually did do it once because I really liked the character. But then I didn't like the fact that everybody thought just because I'm in a wheelchair, that's what I should do. So then I deliberately did my favourite characters like Harley Quinn, Misty from Pokemon, all sorts of different things. And I'm determined not to let my wheels, if you will, define me. I just do what I want to do.
People use different names to keep their personal and cosplay life separate.
For some, the hobby is an opportunity to satisfy an urge to perform.
Alright, so who's ready for masquerade? No! Woo! Get it out!
First feedback on the winner of the first round contest is My University's Hoorah!
I've made some of the greatest friends that I've ever met through cosplaying.
So considering how tight-knit the cosplay community is, how do people feel when it has to end?
Initially, it ends on a sort of high note, you know, all say goodbye, and then on the travel home from the mall, it's when it sets in, it's like, oh, I don't know when I'm going to next see all my friends, it's going to be a while, and then sort of get a little bit down. It takes a while to pick it back up, but eventually, within a week, it does.
I'm really glad I got to do this documentary so I can have a better understanding in the cosplay community. I'm glad that it's a safe place for people who are interested in this to be together and all meet up with people with similar interests. Although I don't think myself I could ever properly get into it, I'm happy it exists.
I have a better understanding of cosplaying now, and I can see why people do it, though I personally wouldn't, as I believe it takes up a lot of time and a lot of effort, and in some cases a lot of money, and I wouldn't really partake in it. There's one thing that I don't really understand is how people create their own doctors when they're cosplaying in Doctor Who, as it doesn't really fit into this series. So how do they create their own doctors?
I like that because it's like a nice hobby for them throughout the year, or however long years it makes them do it, to create their own doctor, put their own personality and spin into things. But everyone has their own opinions.
I noticed that one of the things issues that have come up with cosplayers is that they get accused of escaping reality and not living in the real world. Personally, I think it's like any form of entertainment, but what I hope that we've accomplished by doing this documentary is sort of show some more another side to the story, and might just sort of educate people a little bit that at the end of the day everyone has their different hobbies and everyone's got the right to have them.
I'd just like to say hi to all the students at University of South Wales. So yeah, and you are the official first interview on a Comic Con for Darth Vader and all the other characters. So I hope you enjoy it.